Hey everybody, I'm back to talk about the season finale of The Strain. What did y'all think about this season finale? I'm just going to say right now, it left me anticipating the next season. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think the next season is going to be the last season of the Strain series. So they set it up, I think, in a good way to kind of end it all out within the next season. So let's just talk about the season finale. Now, I'm going to just be all over the place. I'm going to talk about all the different things that happened in this episode. So, first of all, can I just let out my frustration at Zach right now? Listen, if you've been watching my videos, then you already know how I feel about Zach. When he decided to choose to be with his mama, I was like, let him go over there and stay with the vampire, stay with his mama, and be with his mama. I felt like Ephraim should have just gave up on his son because clearly he didn't want to be with him. He wanted to be with his mother. But, I can kind of understand it because, like, before the whole vampire thing happened, just in their regular life, the mother, she was the one who took care of Zach. Ephraim was in and out of the house. He would make promises that he would be there to spend time with him and he wouldn't do it. So his mother is the one that he could really rely on. So even when she turned into a vampire, he still was drawn to her. And so that's why it wasn't really shocking that he always chooses his mother. But to this extent, it really made me upset. But once again, I kind of go back and forth with it because I think Zach is the only character who has seen the good and the bad of both sides of the fence. Like with the humans, he's seen, that the vampires are bad and they're killing people and they're turning people and it's splitting up families and homes and it's causing so many problems for the humans, and so then when he got over to the vampire side, he's seen the power of it, the master, and how much power he has, and that he doesn't have to be afraid of anything when he's with the vampires because, I mean, they're the ones who everyone is afraid of. And if they're on your side, then you have nothing to be afraid of. So it's like he's seen both sides of it. And I think he just decided I'd rather be on the side that's winning. And right now, the vampires are pretty much winning. So that's the side he wants to be on. But, honey, when Ephraim killed his mother, and he had that detonator in his hand, I was like, see, look, he finna mess it all up. And of course, he's a young kid and he's upset his mama done got killed. And it's just crazy because I know in his mind, he wanted his family to be back together again. And his mother even told him, I really want Ephraim to be with us, but he doesn't want to be with us. So there's nothing I can do about it. So it's kind of like, I want to be with your dad, but he doesn't want to be with me, kind of a thing. So whenever Ephraim killed her, it's just like that was just the nail in the coffin, no pun intended. And he just was like, you know what? You're the reason why I'm unhappy, so I hate you. And I'm going to press this detonator, even though he didn't even know where the bomb was. He could have blew himself up. You know what I'm saying? Like, come, what are you doing? But he's a child, so I mean, I can't put too much on him because he don't really understand everything that's going on. And even oh no, who is it? Even the master told Ephraim, there's some evil in your son. Like I sense the evil in your son, and he was right because he didn't care about nobody in that moment. He didn't care who lived, who died, who whatever, honey. He pressed that detonator when his mama died, and she was gone. And Ephraim's sitting up there looking stupid, and he gonna go looking for him. Zach, go, let that boy go. See, I think in this last season, Ephraim is gonna get killed because he's trying to follow behind that boy. Now listen, I know it ain't right to be talking about no child like this, but I'm only speaking in terms of this show, okay? Let your son go. He's chosen his side. Let him go. He want to be with the vampires. Let him be over there. Because see, that's his weakness. It is his weakness, and it's gonna get him killed. It almost got him killed in this episode. Okay, but what do y'all think about it? Tell me your thoughts about Ephraim and Zach and how it all happened in this last episode. Now let's move on to the plan. Okay, we had Eldridge who went and talked to Abraham, and he told him everything that happened, and he said that number one would probably be dead because they riddled him down, honey, with them silver bullets, so he was somewhere dying. And he said that if they wanted to catch the master to come to his place because he has the last nuclear bomb and the master needs it for some reason, and plus what he did in number one, the master's going to come for him. So he told them to all come, be with him, and then they could just catch him and do whatever they wanted to do, which was a good plan. But see, when Eldridge came back to his place, when he was waiting on Abraham them, the master showed up because he was in the body of another vampire. And he told Eldridge, "You wanted eternal life? Okay, I'm going to give it to you." So he just put himself in Eldridge. So now the master is in Eldridge's body. So he knows all of his thoughts and everything else that Eldridge knew. So he knows where the bomb is. He just knows everything. And so when Abraham and Fett and Dutch and Quinlan came there, Quinlan went off his own way. I guess he smelled blood. I really don't know what was the signal, but he knew something was up. And it was Abraham and Ephraim who were in the room with Eldridge, while Dutch was watching them on a monitor and Fett was setting up in the kitchen area. And so they found out very fast that the master was in his body. So long story short, they were all trying to fight to get the master into that box. It took Dutch a little bit longer to get that transmission thing going, but once she got it going, it stunned the master. And so that gave them enough time to kind of, recollect themselves. But Quinlan, honey, he came in, he saved the day because they wasn't going to be able to get him in that box by themselves, okay? So Quinlan came in there and he was like, "I've been waiting on this." And he just fought him. I really love that fighting sequence because you could just really tell how much he really wanted to kill the master. But he contained himself and he was able to put him down in that box. So as they're going to go drop him in the middle of the sea somewhere in that box where he couldn't get out of, Zach, with his crazy self, he hit the detonator. And so the bomb was on a boat out in the middle of the water. And so when he hit it, the blowback came, back to the city. And so it knocked all of them down and out of the way. And it knocked the box loose. And the master was able to get out. So Quinlan and all of them are just looking like, what just happened? So the master is free. Number one, he didn't die because as he was laying there riddled in that chair that Eldridge used to sit in, uh, the master gave him some of the white and it healed him and he was able to continue doing his mission. So when all of that happened, number one went back to get Ephraim's wife and Zach. But when he got there, Zach told him that the mother was gone and that Ephraim was the one that killed her. So he said, "Well, just come with me." And so now that's kind of where they left it. The rest of the crew, they went underground. Oh, I don't know what happened with Gus. We don't know anything about him. They didn't mention anything about it, but I'm sure he's somewhere. Hopefully he's still alive after this nuclear bomb does all this stuff. Now, I wonder, because it's a nuclear bomb, will it kill most of the vampires in that area? Because, after it exploded, it's going to be blowback, that comes through because the crew, they went underground to get away from it. So I know there are vampires underground too, but at the ending scene of the show was all the Strigoi out just running through the city. Like they were all, up above ground. So I don't know, maybe all of them are going to get killed and that will help clear some of the city out. But I don't know what's going to happen in this last season. But this was a decent season finale. It didn't leave me on too big of a cliffhanger, but it had me nervous all through the episode because I'm thinking that some of these characters were going to die. I was so nervous. But luckily no one died other than Eldridge. But, who cares? And that was everything that happened. If I left anything out, please drop it in the comments below and we'll keep the conversation going. And I will see all of you in the next season of The Strain. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel because I may be doing more reviews of some of the shows that you enjoy. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.